Let me play this thing on. Good afternoon, my friends, and thank you for coming to help me enjoy another shave. Today's shave is brought to you by deProvince number 63, along with the matching, they say it's odor toilet, but I'm calling it an aftershave. We're lathering with my Omega Plus 2 boar brush of lathering. It's a really long-haired fella. And our razor today is a Genco Wedge. This is a wedge profile. It looks a little kind of hand hammered there. But that's because it was all scabby when I got it, and so I removed the rust, and it left a lot of kind of Noriega pits all over it. It's kind of neat looking when it's done, and it should be reasonably sharp. I just ran it over, kind of refreshed it on that J-Nat, which still I haven't figured out what it is, but it feels like a shale or basalt, something like that. It's a fine grained, real dark stone. I have an Imperia della Rocca, I guess that it's called, ILR. I haven't figured out what kind of stone it is either, but I like the J-Nat a little better because it's just a little fella. It's like 4x4, and I can run it under the tap and just with water freshen up edges of razors that are reasonably close to sharp, so I don't have to use slurry or anything. These are some tortoiseshell scales that I made, and you can tell I made them because it's thin on one end and thick on the other here, and thick on this end and thin on the other here. I didn't do it near right, but I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't, but I gave it a try. I don't have very many razors. As a matter of fact, I think this is the only wedge I have. I had a gold duck that I piffed away some time ago. Kind of wish I hadn't, because that was a nice razor, but you happy with what you have? And it's nice to give things away that you know that somebody else is going to like and really enjoy. I got an extra day's growth. I usually shave every other day. This is 2 days. I don't know what happened. I just forgot to shave yesterday. So today I've got a little extra to shave off. So we'll see how this little guy does. It's a 5/8 Genco. It came to me not in real great shape. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to resurrect it, but I managed to get all the rust off with a Dremel tool, and spent a little time in the tumbler with corn cob media. Of course, I had destroyed any edge that it had. Then I set the edge, or the bevel, with first with a diamond, just a real rough, though the same thing I used to flatten my stones with, just so I did a rough setting, and then used a 1000 grit to really set the bevel. And then this has a cortical edge on there, but then I finished it up with the J-nat. So today, the deProvince 63 is a proven performer. It's super hard soap. It lasts forever, and it lasts so long that I kind of tease that it grows in the tub, because I take the lid off and the imprinting on the top of the cake is still there, and I use this reasonably often. I mean, not all the time, but it's more than other soaps, and it still has. You can still see the imprinting on the top of the cake. I think it's regenerating. I may need more product. I loaded for a full 30 seconds on this thing. You should not ever be afraid to go back to the puck, because too much soap is almost enough. We'll be able to add a little bit in, and it's okay to do that, just to get the lather you want. It's your shave. Do what you want to do. I also let myself go a little bit one day. I used that Jerry Stark last time, and I got it to a tremendous edge, and I nicked myself up here and didn't even know it, so I needed to give myself. Sorry about that. Had a phone call in the middle there. Where were we? Oh, the 63. I think I was talking about the soap. It's a good performer. I wouldn't call it elite. Boy, it smells nice though. Things are opening up around here. Wife unit got to go back to work yesterday, and as we expected, there was a lot of tests built up. A lot of people needing to have testing done, so that's what she specializes in. All her procedures are all outpatient, so she'd been furloughed for a little bit, so it's nice to have her back working to support me in the manner in which I'd like to be supported. And so she's on her way home. I'm retired, she's not, so I'll try to have some, at least dinner at least started when she gets home. That gives me about an hour. Technique-wise, with the wedge, I don't really change anything much. It just doesn't give me the audible feedback, which I don't hear. Oh, here she is again. No, this is Mrs. Straight. I have a neighbor lady who's was a friend of my mother's, and she's about, I don't know, 200 or 300 years old. I helped her with a couple of items, and now I'm her go-to man. She calls me all the time to fix stuff. She also is deaf as a post. So between the two of us, I guess we make up 2 posts. Cable people, we had a pretty excellent line of storms came through here yesterday. A low pressure center went over us in a warm front, which is going to bring in near seasonable temperatures. We had frost yesterday, and tomorrow's going to be in the 70s. This is just welcome to the heartland of the country where the weather changes daily. Yeah, Gim, I got people calling me from all over the place. I don't know anybody from where that call was coming from. So we'll just... Sometimes because my iPad, which is what I'm recording on, and the iPhone, they're tied together, so sometimes I get a call on the phone and it'll interrupt my recordings. Here we go. Technique as far as with the wedge isn't a whole lot different. I don't think it's any different as far as I'm concerned at all from using a standard straight. Just know that it's more solid, and if you're using a shavette like a feather or anything like that, or the more extreme, it'll be right up your alley. It's real solid feeling. And it's by nature very stiff at the edge. When you have a thin grind, it will flex a little bit. But a wedge doesn't give you a whole lot of latitude. So if you're inexperienced with a straight, a wedge wouldn't be the first one you'd try to start out with. You'd be better off with a more hollow grind. Let me see how we did here. That's pretty good. With my water, this PDP, deProvince soaps, they're a little grippy. Not a lot of post shave or post pass lubricity. So you got to get what you want while you're shaving. If you want more, you have to put more soap on. It's not a bad thing. It's just something you know. And with your own water, our water happens to be comparatively hard. But I got terrific water pressure to the point that I had the plumber install a regulator. When the water comes into the house, it cuts the pressure down a little bit so that I don't bust hoses, and I burst a water heater and messed up my water softener when I first moved here. That's pretty good shave though. No irritation, nothing hurt. I'm not bleeding, doesn't look like. Right there is where I pegged myself. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's not an all-time great because it just bled for a little bit, but it didn't start for a little while after I finished the shave, and I didn't really know it was there until wife unit pointed it out. So I think we were in pretty good shape there. So that's it for today's shave. Let me squirt on a little Smell Nice. PDP number 63. Because it is a odor toilet, you can spritz a little on yourself, you know, on your chest or your arms and stuff. It's kind of an all-over nice scent. More on the leathery side. I don't know what the notes are, but we like it a lot, and we had a very successful shave today. I'm Major Rich. You will find me on the Shaving Cadre. I didn't win the blackout bingo tournament this time. Kind of glad, because it was my first time playing bingo with the guys. So at least last thing you want's a newbie trying to call. Come visit us on the Cadre. We have all kinds of stuff like that happening. And if you're seeing me on YouTube, like and subscribe, hit the bell, so you can tell when I'm uploading a new shave, which is usually every other day. And we will see you next time. Bye bye now.